Doing nothing. I know you ain't doing nothing. Hey guys,
Yep.
welcome to Altitude and Attitude present A&A Light. Hog reached out to me and said he wants to talk to me about something. Apparently he has a complaint. I don't know what his problem is. What up? What
I
up?
mean, other than you being an Arkansas fan, no, it wasn't a complaint at all. I just
What? Wait a minute. I'm the
oh wait,
Arkansas fan. You're the one whose name is Hog. So
I
we know
know,
who
isn't
the
that weird?
real Razorback fan is.
Isn't that weird though? Like yeah, it would be perfect for me to be a Razorback fan. I'm just not.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, I
to
mean,
to
not
to.
everybody, not everyone's perfect.
Well, I know. Look at you. Um.
What?
Anyways, so
What is going
I
on,
called.
Hoggy?
No. Okay. So sorry, y'all. Gathering my thoughts. Anyways, I called you because I had a question, and it's nothing that we disagree on at all. Because like I would say, most of the time, if not 95% of the time, ideologically we align really close. I would say
Right.
probably the three of us, but me and you for definitely do. Me and Stanford also on a couple of things we ganged up on you on, but for the most part, the three of us are all like just
Right.
online fairly decently.
Right.
Anyways, that through the weeks, months that we've reconnected, because you got to remember we hadn't. If the audience doesn't know, we haven't seen each other in over 25 years probably. So and I'm not doing your
Yeah.
Arkansas math.
I
Uh,
was trying to, but
I
I
just
couldn't
I
take it.
just pulled that
My
out of my
shoes are
head.
on.
Like it's been at least
Yeah.
25 years or
I'll call
20.
Strickland, see if he can do it for me.
Yeah, go for it. So uh, I would just we're we're we are re-meeting each other because we are at a completely different age and a completely different maturity level than we were
Hmm.
at the time that we knew each other last, and we've each hopefully have grown since then and become more mature about, and more knowledgeable about things around us. Doesn't
We are
always happen.
mature.
I would hope that that has been the case. And there
I
was a
use
few
brandy
things.
glasses now, so that means I'm
Yeah,
mature.
there you go. And I use a koozie. So my question was, when it comes to certain things, like I believe I was used in my head. I have the immigration. We'll talk about that because it's a hot button issue right now.
Okay.
And me and you were talking the other day. I don't even think it was online. It might have been. I don't think it was, but if it was, okay, forgive me. But we were talking, and there was just things where I'm like, man, we usually agree on everything, and I was just curious, like, or not everything, but we
Right.
pretty much all the stuff. And so I was like, my personality, the way that it is, I have to have number one, I have to have proof of everything. Number two, uh, I don't believe that bad people do good things. I just don't.
Right.
I never will. I never have, never will. I don't believe that Hitler did anything good ever in his life. Ever.
Oh, FYI, just anybody listening, neither do I. Continue.
Well, I'm just, anyways, and this is why we need to talk about this. Uh, so when there was I think it was on a show, maybe last show, when we were talking about some things, and you were talking about like letter of the law kind of things, like, well,
Legal
tech-
shit. Yeah.
legal stuff. Like technically, you broke the law by
Right.
crossing the border.
Right.
And okay, yeah, well, technically, you're right. I believe you're right. You're right about that.
Hmm.
And then technically, they are allowed to be held indefinitely
Hmm.
because it's the law. But yeah, you're right. Again, you're right. It is the law.
Hmm.
But is it right? Just because it's the law does not make it right.
Yeah, it doesn't
And
mean
just
it's right.
because And just because a bad person accidentally does something good does not make them a good person. Because
True.
I'm the type that if they did something that benefited me or
Mhm.
anybody else that's not them, because they're horrible people,
Mhm.
it was in the process of doing something to benefit them.
Right.
So if they have to give up, say, something, and then you accidentally do something that's going to benefit poor people, for instance, you didn't do that out of the kindness of your heart. You
Right.
didn't
It
do
was
it from a good
accidental.
place.
It was accidental.
Yes, it's accidental, and it was a necessary evil to you because you didn't want to do
That's
that.
pretty good.
So
Yeah.
you're not a good person. You're
Right.
not a good person. So there's nothing that a bad person can do in the way that I process information in the world. There's
Mhm.
nothing on this planet that a bad person can do to be good other than ask for forgiveness and move on.
Okay. So then they
Do you,
can be a good
they
person if
can be
they.
changed into a good person.
Okay. Okay.
You can be
I
changed into a
understand
good
what you
person.
mean.
You can be like, oh my God, I can't believe I was racist. I come to my senses, and all of a sudden you learn
I'm
stuff, and
changing.
you're
Right.
changing, and
I
you've got
understand.
new information.
Right. I
But you
understand what you
can't.
mean.
But as long as you are a racist, I don't believe there's anything you can do short of
Stop being a
apologizing.
fucking racist. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Admitting, and not only that, if you hurt somebody,
Mhm.
turn yourself into the police and serve your time
Mhm.
because you're an evil person and you should have done something.
Right.
And anyways,
Right.
so I was curious
Yeah,
about
I
that.
understand. And if I were to generally let me generally talk about it, and then we'll go back to the immigration thing. But
Okay.
I'm I hate being the kind of person that looks at everything black and white, right? There are some things in this world that are black and white, plain and simple. But the majority of things aren't. They're a lot more complicated than just black and white. So I can't stand it when someone on the left or the right, it doesn't matter, and they say, well, everything on this side is right and everything on this side is wrong. I hate that. Even if I get into a conversation like you and I got it. Remember what was the woman in Alabama that was pregnant, that was kept on life support,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Mhm.
So this is the way my crazy brain works. You and I agree, you, me, and Stanford completely agree on the fact that what was happening with this woman was wrong. But if you go back and rewatch the episode, you'll see that the entire episode was me arguing the other side of the coin. And it's all because this is the way my brain works. It has to do with me and nobody else. As soon as the conversation started, you came out of the gate just, it's wrong, and nothing's going to change my mind, and this is the way it is, and it's horrible. And there was this little switch in my tiny little brain that clicked and said, oh, let's have a conversation about this. And that's where I started arguing the opposite side, because I want to hear, I want to get into that complicated, that nuanced portion of a conversation. Even if I agree with you, which I do, absolutely agreed with you on that subject completely. But because you came out so strong and so determined that no, it can only be one way, I had to have the conversation to try to figure out, well, is there something else behind it? Is there more information that we're not having because we're locked down, right? Because
Mhm.
the way I look at it, when we get hooked on an idea or when we get hooked on an opinion, it's like our brain, it's like they lock up and all we can see is our opinion and what we want to talk about. And so I love being able to, and I say I love it's almost an unconscious thing for me. I really want to hear the opposite side so that I could try to figure out, am I locked up and not thinking, or am I making this opinion based off of as much information as I can get, right?
Yes.
Um, Now, we were talking about immigration
Hmm.
because that's what you originally wanted to talk about. So I
Well, you're
agree.
hitting all the bases that I wanted to talk about. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. I agree that um, what I disagree with is the way this is being conducted. Right. These people are being um, arrested or detained based off of their race, based off of the fact that they have an accent, or that they're standing outside of a Home Depot, or where they're working. They're working in a field, in a farmer's field, so that means that they must be undocumented immigrants. And so that means that we can roll up in armored vehicles with masks on and automatic weapons like it's a fucking SWAT team and arrest these people. That's what I disagree with. I disagree with the racist, uh, bigoted targeting that Tom Homan or whatever the however you say his name is coming up with, and the fact that these federal agents are doing it. They're doing it. They're not questioning it. They're not looking at their supervisor and saying, "Whoa, wait, you want me to go arrest this guy? Why? Because he's brown? Because he's standing outside of a." I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. That's what pisses me off. That's what gets me. I don't know if I
And
answered your question.
well, you did because basically, I mean, I also do that, with family too. Even my wife, drives me nuts sometimes, and I have to say, babe, like I'm not disagreeing with you. I just like you because it brought out better response and answers,
Mm-hmm.
even though, like you said, I came out of the gate and I did because I was set on it. I'm set here. This
Mm-hmm.
is this is where I'm set. I'm set right here. You're not moving me up. You're not moving me down. This is where I'm set. And I
Mm-hmm.
this is awful. And like you said, you agreed with most of what I was saying. However, like let's talk about uh the side that is against us. Why are they against us? So like sometimes me and my wife will be discussing, say, one of the kids. We'll just throw that out there, just random, like no truth to anything at all. Just one of the kids, and like she'll say, "Oh, so and so did whatever," and then I'll be like, "Well, why did they do that though? Obviously,
Right.
it's my kid. Obviously, it's my kid. I am biased to their position on this, but okay, okay, is this really? Was that really from uh, coming from racism or homophobia, or was it just that our child was being a dick? Because
Right.
that happens too. And
A
obviously,
lot.
and again, like I'm not. It's not that, and she does it to me as well. So I get the devil's advocate thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted the reason I wanted to talk to you about it was because I wanted an answer on whether this was that what I do and what my wife does to me. Like, is
Mm-hmm.
this just like, hey, let's devil's advocate this thing and get to some truth?
Absolutely.
Like, let's keep working because right now you're pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've done it, dude. The school
Yeah.
pissed me off so bad one time, and my wife kept having to like and it was during a holiday too, so I couldn't stop emailing people. Like, I need people. Like, I'm mad. I'm freaking pissed,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing I could do was gonna calm me down.
Right.
Nothing that anybody could say to me was gonna calm me down.
Right.
Um, and she was trying to, and because she's about one of the only people that can. And I finally get to this meeting, 8 freaking days later, and I lose it because now I'm mad not only about the original thing I was mad about, now I'm mad that it's been 8 days and this hasn't been addressed.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't give a shit that you were at Disney. I really fucking don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, these are not things I care about. So, like, why wasn't my thing addressed immediately?
Right.
And we left that meeting, and I'm sure I was very pleasant to be around. And
Is this why you're not called back to the school very often?
yeah, yeah. Well, but the thing that really made me mad too was that I always have the schools back. I am that parent. I always have the teachers back, and this was a time where I felt like they didn't have mine,
Right.
and I felt like I was disrespected. I felt like my child was disrespected, and it was a communication thing. I mean, I'm still mad about it. So, like, don't get that wrong. I haven't forgiven anybody. But when we left that meeting, I told my wife, I was like, you know what? You're going to have to deal with this because I can't be professional anymore.
Right.
Like, my professionalism is gone. So you deal with this because I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk. At that point I was at, I didn't want to talk anyways. I wanted to fight somebody.
Yeah. I want to go home tonight. I don't want to spend it in jail.
No, I did want to spend it in jail. Like, that's how freaking mad I was. I wanted to fight somebody. And so, like, it was just one of them things where, and again, that comes up just completely off the wall, but, having a partner
Mm-hmm.
that can kind of take that from you sometimes
Mm-hmm.
and help you out in one of those situations, because you know how my temperament is. And I don't even know how we got on this, but
I don't know. I was just letting you go.
because full circle. I came out of the gate aggressively where
So
I
how
was
do
at.
you feel about this?
Really fucking pissed off. But anyways, like, I came out of the gate where I was at. That was where I was going to be. That was where I was going to end.
Right.
And then you doing the devil's advocate thing did what you did. We got some really good information out of that too. Both
Right.
of us did.
Right. And that's what I like about it. I kind of, and I don't want to say it's a defensive piece, but it's like I said, it's something odd about the way I enter into conversations with people. It's if somebody comes to me, I mean, now it can't be something. If you come to me and you say, "Oh, Tom Hooman's being a racist because he's rounding up all the brown people because they're brown," and you come to me like you did, amped up, obviously I'm not going to be like, well, let's talk about why brown people should be rounded up. You're not going to get that from me because that's an obvious racist
Response.
thing that's happening. And anybody that wants to play devil's advocate on that is a racist, period. Period. Unless you and I are having, unless it's some kind of sanctioned debate at an Ivy League college that says, let's have a debate on racism, unless it's that, you're racist. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, and you're the guy for, and you're the guy against.
Yeah,
It's classic.
exactly. Exactly. That's the only place that you could have that conversation. But there's just this something that if you
Even
come.
then it would be uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, it would. Can you imagine that? Hey, let's see if we can get Harvard to do that. Let's see if we can get them.
Wouldn't even want to, like, I get embarrassed.
Can you imagine the applause for the? Oh, yeah, all right, that was
And then
pretty
the
good about the
poor,
brown people.
yeah, the poor guy that drew that straw, he's gonna be hated. He's got to
No,
go
no, no, no,
somewhere.
no. We're giving him one of those masks that the ICE uh, agents are wearing. But
Yep, that'll work.
but if you come out of the gates at me on a subject that I do agree with you on, there's something, man, that just happens that I just kind of go, "Oh yeah, really? Really? Is that really how you feel? You know, what about this? Chris, it's illegal. It's illegal. You have to look at the law." And even though I can hear you and Stanford saying, "Yeah, but just because it's legal doesn't make it right." You're right. Just because it doesn't matter. It's the fact that I feel so. I guess I feel like I don't want to get stuck, right?
Hmm.
Because I hate, like I've said before, and I just said it earlier, I can't stand it when I talk to people who are so one sided that they can't see the other side. And I can't stand it. And so I guess I get scared or nervous that if somebody, even someone like you who I respect, comes out of the gate as hard and as determined as you are, I'm going to be like, wait, are we locked down? Are we not looking at everything? Right?
Hmm.
Are we
Hmm.
looking at this black and white? And so that's kind of why I do that. And the other times, honestly, I just want to be a dick and really just kind of poke
Yeah,
the bear and see what's going
but like
on.
I kind of felt like that's what it was, but I never asked you the question. So like, why not ask the question? Because I was like, man, I really would like to know because it's kind of weird because I
Hmm.
do I do the same thing, like I said,
Hmm.
with people around me. Like sometimes you got to play devil's. You're getting more information.
That's the point. That's it.
You're getting more correct information if you, even the person like me that day that was like set where I'm at. I guarantee you,
Hmm.
if I rewatched that, I learned something. I know I did. I learned
Hmm.
something or changed my view on something because you, even though agreeing with me, like we're like, okay, well, let's key off on this. Let's how about, and you started going into some different views of why that was happening. It doesn't matter,
Right.
and it generally that is the case, that I am amped up because I do that. That's my
Hmm.
personality. I can't do anything about it. I'm a freaking Libra. I get freaking mad really quick, and I get over it really quick. That's like
Hmm.
unless it's a school. But so I just I just was curious, like
Hmm.
what that was. Was it
Yeah,
for
it's
informational purposes or was it
it is. I mean, 90% of the time, it's just to get more information to talk it out because I want to talk it out with somebody. You know, there are times where I just like to be a dick, but there are
mm-hmm,
also times, there are plenty of times where I am identical to what you do, where I come out and I'm like, I've got the answer. Anything you say is bullshit.
yeah.
Even if you agree with me, but you agree with me for a different reason, it does. You're full of shit, and I'm right. I go through that.
and
But
and
I am right. Understand,
and
I
the
am
other
right.
yeah and the other thing that I do like about, even when me and you disagree, and we're just going to disagree, that's just, I know that you come from a read and educated position,
Hmm.
and you know that I have done the same. Like I didn't just see something on TikTok and then form
Yeah,
that outrage. I did not come that full throttle having watched a 30-second video. I didn't.
reading a
I
headline.
I had been
Yeah.
read I had no, I didn't just read the headlines. I was like
Hmm.
reading into this thing. Like I really wanted to
Watch that story. That
dissect.
story. That story. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched stuff, I read stuff. This new bill that just passed. I've read most of it. I did not read the agricultural part because I don't have any kind of
I can't
qualification.
believe you read it. I read the
It
title
was all
and I was
good. I
like,
mean,
ugh.
oh, God, it's fucking. But
Mm.
anyways, I didn't read that part because I don't know a lot about that. And
Trump's bareback
not,
bill.
yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a good one. Um, but anyways, I just I can disagree with somebody
Mm-hmm.
that if you've read and you are coming from an educated point of view, or even if you haven't read, if you just if you just come at me with a place like, okay, I don't know a lot because I do this to you a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this subject, here's my initial opinion on what you just said. I know
Mm-hmm.
nothing about it. It, I don't know, but I
Well, you
will
did
read
that
into
last
it.
week. Yeah, I think
Yeah, I
you
do
and
it
I
all the
both
time.
did that last week. Yeah.
Hell, I
Yeah.
do it to you all the time. I'm like, hey, did you see this? And you'll be like, oh shit, where did you see that? I'm like, take no stock in it. I read it on Facebook, but like, let's look into that.
Right. And
You know what I
Sarah's
mean? Like,
right. Sarah's right. Research is everything.
yep.
TikTok is not the news.
No, it is not.
However, we are better than the news. Altitude and attitude is better than the news. Write it down. So come here, get your news.
But yeah, that was my whole thing. It's like it's as long as you come in, like even I know Sarah personally. I know her, but every time we debate something, number one, it takes way too long because we have the exact same temperament and personality. But
Right?
two,
That must be
uh,
horrible to have that
I
conversation.
actually we should have her on one time. Uh,
You ready,
uh,
Sarah? We're gonna have a
anyway,
groupie night. We're gonna have a groupie
and
night, Sarah.
she, but I know that when she comes at me with something, it ain't something she's seen on TikTok for 30 seconds and formed an opinion.
Right.
Like when she comes at me with something, and if it is, she's gonna tell me straight up, like, "Hey, I just seen this on TikTok. Do you know anything about it?" That's the end of it.
There you
Not
go.
come out. But a lot of people, a lot of people get every bit of their information from social media, which is the worst place to get
It is
it.
the worst place. Absolutely.
Unfortunately, sometimes I get my information from there too, and then by the time I'm done researching, I'm like, "Ooh, I wish I wouldn't have said that,"
Mm-hmm.
because now I got to eat shit.
But it's something else we've talked about before. It's nice where we can get into these conversations, even the ones that kind of puzzle, like you were talking about, where you're like, wait a minute, I could have swore that he would have had a different idea on this, right? But we can get into these and not just hate each other, not
Yeah,
just write each other off as,
it,
he's an
it's like
asshole.
and it used to not that long ago. I'm not that old, but I am old enough to remember when people like when we were in the military. I didn't agree with a bunch of people I served with.
Yeah.
I don't ever remember wanting to like disown anybody because they voted for Bush or whatever, or
Or
they had
how about this
conservative.
one? Here's a story that some of you folks may not know. I don't remember what year it is. Hog might remember what year it was, but Hog and I actually got our Christmas party canceled because because it was a Christmas party and it
Yeah,
should have been a what did we call it?
holiday party.
It would be, and we were like, no, we're not Christians. No, we're
Yep,
atheists. This needs to be a
yep.
holiday party. Yeah, absolutely. We did that. And here's what's funny, everybody that we talk about on this podcast, everybody that we've been interviewing, were with us during that time. They were the ones who were supporting the Christmas party. They had no problem with it. It was me and Hog that raised hell, got everything
Being
canceled and
dicks.
changed. We were being dicks, and
I
not
know.
one of those people to this day hate us for what we
No,
did. And it's a different time. It's a different time now.
I mean there were some that were upset at the time, and hindsight 2020, I get why they were. Of course, we do this like a week before the Christmas
Yeah.
party.
Yeah, I
So
can
like they
remember
had to
that.
change the entire theme and all that stuff because it was anyways, that's a whole episode all on its own. But
But the point is,
And then
those
I had to
same
go to the
people,
Christmas party, which I wasn't planning on going to because
yeah,
now I had a damn thing changed.
we were like, "Merry Christmas, everybody!" but all of
Happy
those
what?
people,
Happy holidays.
all of those people that were affected by it negatively in their own way, not one of them to this day holds it against us. It
Not
was
that
a
I know.
different time. It was a different time.
Well, we were young, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was what, 19, 20? No, I was probably 20,
I don't
21.
remember what year it was, so I could have been
God,
18.
probably,
I was probably
heck,
18.
no, it wasn't 18 because I wasn't even in the air. Oh, wait, 2018?
No, I don't. Hog, did you just suggest that we served in 2018 together?
No, that's why I
Do
was
you know
asking.
what year it is now? Oh my
25.
God.
Anyways, I think it was like gonna be 2002. Had to guess.
I don't know.
Or like Christmas of
I would
2001.
I would say it was I would think it was 99
Had
or 2000 or
It
2000.
could have been 2000. It could have been Christmas of 2000 going into
The only
21.
reason I say that is because after September 11th, everything, all of us changed. The
Yeah, that's
shop
true.
changed.
Yeah,
The attitude changed. Yeah,
because I'd have been 20 because I remember I got hammered at that Christmas party.
yeah.
Um,
So it had to be like
yeah,
2000, I think, at the
it was
latest.
probably 2000. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
probably 2000 going into 01.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and Russ were throwing that coconut across like football, like across the freaking thing, and the wing commander I was hammered.
Good times.
Remember Colonel Baker? We all hated him, and
I don't
I did
remember any
anyway.
of those people.
Anyways, I didn't like this guy because I got called in while I was sleeping because somebody, Dan Molinterno, I don't like to name drop, but there you are.
Way to go, Molinterno.
He changed out the cigarette lighter in the car,
Yeah.
and I had to go in and explain why that happened, and I don't understand why I had to do that. But anyways, so I kept like, you know how loud I am. Kept
You?
yeah, I ended up getting asked to leave.
You know, the guy I remember the most, who I hope one day listens to this specific episode, is a Master. Do you remember Master Sergeant Nichols? It would have been right as you got
That
there.
was right. Yeah, barely like that much.
That son of a bitch. Let me tell you. You might. I don't know. You might remember the story or whatever. But one night, I was on mids, and me and Vavrok go outside to have a cigarette. Well, obviously me, because Rock didn't smoke. We go out to smoke, and as I'm standing outside of the dispatch atrium, right, I light my cigarette and I see the train come by. And as the train comes by, I was like, he's holding his horn really long. And as I light my cigarette like this, I look and he hits a truck. We're at the crossing. You know that crossing right there behind our gate.
I think I do remember the story. I wasn't working mids that night, but I
That
remember.
son of a bitch. So Rock and I see this truck. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock. I mean, it is late, early, whatever you want to call it. And Rock and I are like, oh my God. And we go running into dispatch. Give me the record keys. Give me the record keys. And Dusty, remember Dusty? I don't know. Staff Sergeant, ball headed from Arkansas. He was the
No,
NCOIC.
I didn't know him. This is before me.
He throws the keys at us, and Rock and I start driving to the gate. So for anybody that's listening doesn't know, our compound there at Scott, where we were working together, the back of our compound, I don't know, maybe 12 feet from our fence was an active railroad line. And just to the, as you're facing the back of our compound, just to the right was the back gate. We could literally see the back gate to the Air Force Base. And that was where the crossing was. Well, Rock and I had seen a truck get hit there. So we jump in the wrecker, we drive to the back gate, and I'll shit you not, that cop is sitting at the gate. I don't know what he's doing, reading, playing with himself. He sure as hell didn't know that a truck had literally just gotten hit right next to his shack. So we pull up with the lights going. We pulled next to the shack, and the guy comes out and says, "Hey, what the fuck you do?" And Rock is like, "There's a fucking truck here that just got hit by this train that is stopped." So Rock and I go over, and the truck is just crumpled. And you remember how big Rock was, right?
Yeah, I
Rock
think it
was
still
so
is.
cool. We get over to this truck, and we're running around it. We can't figure out a way to get into it. And Rock walks up to the driver's side door, and he grabs that fucking door and he just rips it open. And anyway, we pull the guy out of the damn truck and get him moved out of there. Ambulance comes, they get it, all that happy bullshit. The next morning, we or no, not the next morning. We go into the next shift, the next night, and that's all anybody's talking about is the truck that had gotten hit, right?
Hmm.
And somehow it gets back to us on mid shift that the cop was getting all the credit. The cop got all the credit, and Sergeant Nichols was the NCOIC. And we went to him and we were like, what's going on? He said, well, uh, the cops got an email out to the base commander first. So we're just going to leave it the way that is. And me and Rock were like, really? This is what you're going to do to us? As time goes on that week, he said something to all of us about how, oh no, the wing commander knows what you did. He's going to come down and present you both with medals for what you did, achievement medals or commendations. It was commendation medals, and we were both senior airmen. I think Rock might have been an A1C. Getting a commendation medal at that time would have been a big deal. So Rock calls his parents. I called mine, and they all came in. They all came in for this. And I'll shit you not, if Nichols doesn't come out to the smoking area and look at me and Rock and say, "Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're not giving you medals." And we were like, "Why?" And he says, "Because a fight between ops and cops never works out for the better."
Why would that be a fight?
And I said, "Because he would have had to say, no, your cop didn't do anything. Your guard post was oblivious to a truck that had gotten hit. It was my people that did it." He just didn't want to get into a fight with anybody, is what it was. And I looked at him. I said, "So you lied to me?" Rock just walked away.
Yeah.
I said, "So you lied to me?" I said, "Our families are here." And he said, "Well, I didn't lie to you." He said, I don't know why you would think I lied to you, but that's not what happened here." And he walks off. He walks off. He PCSs shortly after that.
I was gonna say because he was. I do remember him. I met him. I
Eh,
believe he was. I believe he was
fucker.
in charge of shop when. But by the time I was done in process and all that, I believe he was on his way out.
Piece of shit. What was really cool is I don't remember who our commander was. I think Mate was our lieutenant when I left.
No, 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 no.
No?
Couldn't have been.
Was he
Nope,
not?
couldn't have been. He
No.
couldn't have been because I was there when he got there. I was already there when he got there.
Who was our lieutenant at that time? When I was
I wouldn't
leaving.
know that either.
When you and I were, because you and I left the base about the same time.
which would have been 04 for me, so probably 03 for you or 03
No,
and a half.
I left right after you guys.
Okay, so then 04 and a half, whatever. A
So
little
whoever,
after 04.
I think we had a female commander, and I can't remember
That
who
was
our
at the end,
lieutenant
right?
was.
Yes. When I
Yeah,
left, there was a female commander. I
yeah,
can't
a
remember her
major.
name, but
Yeah,
yeah, and she was cool. She
she
was really cool.
actually, her and whoever our lieutenant was, actually wrote medals for me and Rock for
Oh,
that
cool.
incident. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah, that
Nichols.
yeah,
If you ever
I did
watch
not
this, Nichols, you're a piece of shit.
that motherfucker probably
Yeah,
did.
piece of shit.
Not that that would be funny. I'm just saying, like, we're talking about like what?
Yeah, he
Because
was pretty old back then.
he
Yeah,
was about to retire back then. Like he was
yeah,
pretty old.
yeah.
Oh man. Well, tell us how you really feel, Pete.
Oh, what a nice guy. Hey, man, who was our superintendent? The one that started dating that senior airman. Oh, Major Pappas. Yeah, Johnny.
Yeah,
Major
that
Pappas
is
was
who
her
it
name.
was. That was
Major
no,
Pappas.
that was
Yeah,
when I left though. That was when I left.
Pappas. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's
she
what I'm
was cool.
saying. Major
Amy
Pappas
Pappas. That's
was
right.
Amy
You're right.
Pappas. Yeah, yeah. She
Right,
was
Johnny.
cool.
Shit.
Who was the
Johnny
lieutenant,
probably
Johnny?
was there when Johnny probably was there when all that happened. I wasn't.
Yeah, Johnny was there. I think. I'm pretty sure he was there during the whole train incident.
Because Johnny was there before me. I seen him. So when I came, he was a senior. He was an A1C, and Rock was an A1C, but only for like a split second.
Mm-hmm.
Like by the time I got like settled in, I want to say Johnny was like putting. He was hitting his three and like putting on his senior airman. Same with Vadrock. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
which one did before,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But and then Rock got out. And did I ever tell you? Me and him ended up serving together in 09 and 10 in Iraq.
I thought you had told me
He
that you
got back
guys
in.
were in Iraq. Yeah.
Yeah, he got back in.
Yep.
Yep. And he, by that time, uh, he was a brand, like he put on tech during that deployment.
Really?
So he had a line, yeah, he had a line number for tech. And I was a staff. I don't think I even had a line number for tech yet.
That would have been cool, man, to just see
I'm
Rock
trying to
there.
remember back, but I'm pretty. He put on tech while we were there, so he was our what do you call it? ACC? No, you got the ACC, right?
ACC, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So,
it still ACC?
well, it's nothing now. It's disbanded. Like we don't do that anymore. So,
Yeah.
but it was at the time, I believe so. The assistant convoy commander. Yeah, it was ACC.
Oh, dude. Never mind. I was thinking of something
Are you
else.
talking about? Oh, you thought you were talking about command?
Yeah,
No, it's
yeah.
AMC and then transcom.
Fuck me. Yeah. Yep, yep, yeah. Who's McGrath, Johnny? Jenny McGrath, WAD commander?
I remember.
Proud of having gone to the city. Who is this Valentine person?
She used to be called something else, remember? And I kept getting confused. Who she was.
No.
I served with her in at Keesler.
Oh.
We went through you don't know her, I don't think. But she's cool as fuck. But anyway, she in fact, she had my drums in her apartment, and they were the only during Katrina, I should say, and they were the only things that came out of that apartment. Thank you, Valentine.
There you go.
Because this civilian friend of our coworker was babysitting her apartment, and he put my drums on top of her refrigerator. And when the water came in to the bottom level apartment, the refrigerator started floating, and then my drums like trapped it between the ceiling and the float.
Oh shit.
So it started floating up. It floated all the way to the ceiling, and it just like kind of trapped there. and,
Holy.
and It
It's
was
amazing
insane.
to think. I can't believe that when I got to who Jenny
Insane.
McGrath.
No,
Who is
Pappas.
Jenny McGrath? I don't remember that name. You say your last commander, Johnny. You mean the lieutenant? Or because Pappas is, I absolutely remember Pappas.
He was in charge when I left
Yeah, yeah,
in '04.
yeah. All right. So I don't know what Johnny's talking about right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. I don't. I wasn't
We're
at
not
Guam.
Johnny. We weren't at Guam. Okay. You're fired. But I can't believe, man, when I was at Barksdale, you were down at Keesler during Katrina. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, give him my number, Valentine. There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah,
But so anyways, uh, that was
so
a fun walk down memory lane.
yeah. I forgot that you were at Keesler. I mean, hell, you went from Scott Wright to Keesler, and that's where you spent the rest of your time, right?
Either deployed, Scott, or Keesler. That was
Yeah,
it. Those were my
yep.
only. Those were all my only permanent duty stations.
Not bad.
Because so I was supposed to go to Korea in probably '06 ish, and I had to have a heart procedure done.
Hmm.
So they canceled those orders. I had that done. I had to fight a med board and all that kind of stuff. Then when we were deploying in probably '07, maybe. Wait, no, '05 actually.
Right.
We were deploying. We were supposed to leave that Sunday after Katrina. Half of us were already at BC3 in Texas. And then Katrina happened. And so they were like, nobody in logistics is leaving. And then flew all the people that were at BC3 for that week before we got there. They
Brought him
flew
in.
all them back
Yeah,
because we needed everybody we could get.
I could see that.
Because there were some people that lost everything. So we lost some logisticians, some truck drivers that they had to leave
Right.
because they didn't have anything. So like there was a lot of that. And then okay, Amanda just straightened that out for me. Thank you.
Were you? Did you have orders to Kunsan?
I did.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Really?
but that's what Amanda said.
So she
No
knows
doubt.
you had orders to Kunsan. You did. You don't know that.
Well, I mean, they got canceled, so who cares?
That sucks, dude. We could have so many good stories about the
I
coon.
know, I know, but we don't.
Yeah. Johnny, you said that this commander came in at '04.
Yeah,
I thought,
Valentine, you did. Yeah, except for
Johnny,
my
I
drums.
I thought you left Scott before '04. I thought you left like I want to say, fuck, man. I thought it was like '02. I could have swore he left real early.
No, it couldn't have been because I knew him pretty well when he left, so it had to have been at least '03.
Really? Yeah.
Yep.
I could have swore he was gone before I left. I don't know. I don't
Um,
even know what time we started tonight. And it says it
dude,
right up there.
yeah, well, it is what it is. But yeah, Valentine, you did. Valentine was one of those ones that did lose
Lost
everything.
everything.
We show up. This is a story about our mutual friend that
Mm-hmm.
is funny because like it's like bad down here, like bad, 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 bad. Almost all the bridges you got, everybody had to get to a certain
Struts.
Struts.
Struts is
Oh, what
here.
up?
Struts
dog?
is here.
So
So
we had
everybody that doesn't
one.
know, Struts served with me. He was actually on shift with me, I think, the night that the train hit the truck. Yeah, Struts and I spent a lot of time on mids together. What up, buddy?
That could work because you know what I remember most about Struts since he's on here throwing himself out there. I remember he used to always show up with his BDUs on, and you could see Steve Austin's shirt ahead, the top
Dude,
of
yeah.
Steve Austin's head. And it's like, dude.
Good old Struts. We got to
And then
get
I
you
went
on
out,
here, Struts. We got to
and
have a
then he,
conversation, buddy.
I think he ended up didn't you retire like a master, senior master, something like
Wait,
that?
Struts? Struts, did you
Yeah,
retire as a senior?
either master or senior master. I don't remember. I
Really?
seen it on Facebook. I wasn't with him. It
Dude,
was
Struts
yeah.
outranked
Now
us?
he's got this
That's.
long, pretty hair. He's running around the country looking like Neil Young and shit.
Damn it, Struts.
Oh man, take a look at my life.
He said no. Did you All right, Struts.
Master,
He's
there you go.
master. Are you calling me
I knew
master or you said you were a master? Master Sergeant, huh?
Master Sergeant Stone Cold 3 Austin. What do you call that? The 3-6 Austin 316. I couldn't believe that. I can't believe you made Master. You had Steve Austin's freaking shit going up to his head.
Damn, dude.
Nobody
Struts.
turned.
Struts. Yeah, I had a good
Full
time with him.
disclosure, I shouldn't have made it to text. So
I know the idea that Five Stripes ended up on my sleeve was
it's insane.
bizarre.
But the
Bizarre.
last person on earth I thought was Struts. You know who else shocked the fuck out of me? Anthony Krebs. You remember him?
Yeah, I remember Krebs. Yes, he was
retired
good
at
friends
Chief.
with Fetchu.
Yeah,
Wasn't he?
he retired at Chief.
Are you
He
kidding?
was the guy like when you would and when you would
Krebs?
get in his truck. Yes, and when you would get in his truck, he had
Fucking
like
love
9.
Krebs.
It's like starting his truck up was like starting up a goddamn airplane because you get in there and he's like, oh, I lost my water pump. Oh, this toggle switch does the water pump. Oh, there's the oil pump. There's the like
Smart
switch all
dude,
these
but he was just
I know.
when I
He's
think
a
of
redneck
blue collar
engineer with the best of them.
when I think of blue collar people in my life, Krebs is one of the most blue collar dudes I ever met. He always had shit on his hands. He was always out doing something. He wasn't the kind of guy that liked to sit around.
Hey,
Yeah.
if
So
your
I guess
car
as
was
a chief, I
broke
can
down,
see that. I can see that.
if your car was broke down, you really did, and you didn't have money, that's who you wanted to talk to because that dude could rig something up. Like I said, getting in some of his cars was like starting an airplane with all the toggles, buttons, and oh, we don't need a key. Ain't nobody stealing this because you need.
Right?
They don't know where the switch for the fuel pump is at.
Struts, I put our email address down here. Send me an email. I want to get in touch with you. And send our email to anybody you know that you're still in contact with that we served with at Scott. Because I really want to get all you dumbass people on here so that we can have a
How many people
conversation.
can you fit on a screen? Like, how much does this program give us?
I don't know.
How
We
many
should
can
try it. Let's give it a shot. Let's have our own
Dude, it would
reunion
be.
right here.
Yeah, we should probably do it like recorded though, because if we did it live, it would just be everybody interrupting people. We're
You
gonna
know
have
what
to
we
come up with rules.
you know what
Like,
we could
we'll have
do?
to like have a.
I got an idea. We could sell tickets to it.
We'd have to have like a talking stick.
Yeah, be like, all right, who wants to go now? Who wants to go next? I'm talking. Hog, you're tiny. You just sit back there.
The mute hog set.
My goodness. Yeah, it would be
Oh
awesome to
man.
bring people on because you remember so many people that I don't. Towards the end of our time there, you were talking about people that I barely even remember.
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I mean,
who were the two that you were talking about that were there when we first got there? They got married.
Jen Youngblood and
Youngblood.
Malta.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Them.
I
See, I
don't know
didn't
that.
even
That's probably not the name now, but
I didn't even remember them till you brought them up. Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Well, I mean,
incredible.
like your career goes by so fast.
I know.
It seems like as much as whether I loved it, whether it was a point of my career that I loved or a point that I hated, it all just went fast. And so when you get done, you sit back and you think about it, and you're like, "Holy shit!" That's like the interview you did with your friend Strickland. I do
Yeah,
not know this guy from Adam. I don't know him at all. Never served with him. Don't know anything about him other than we did the same job. And Yeah, Dan, Chris.
Dan Moliterno. Yep.
But you would the almost photographic memory he had
Oh my God. Yeah.
of like dates, times, and people, and I'm like, bro, I could tell you a story like Amanda just a minute ago.
Yeah.
Amanda was like, "Oh, you had orders to Coonson." I didn't fucking remember that. Why would I remember that? I don't remember that. I
Right.
just knew that wherever I was going, it got canceled. But as soon as she said it, I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's right, I did."
But it could be that Strick was just lying to us. It was like,
But
oh
worst
yeah,
comes
man, it
to
was
worst, we don't
June.
know.
June 99. It happened. It was all three of
Well,
us.
it's
We were
kind of,
there.
yeah, it's like arguing with your wife. I mean, it's just they go there. Oh, well, that's not what you told me yesterday, Wednesday at 6:30 in the morning. And then you're like, oh, shit, I did.
Did
Because
I?
you know that you're not going to remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely
Okay,
need to
well,
get some more people on here. The more people we can get, like if we can get like 8 people in here, we'll sell tickets to it. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody that gets a ticket, they'll be able to submit a question.
Struts gets to give the Austin 316 on live TV.
Yeah, make sure you bring
I
the
like a move.
bring your Austin shirt, dude. Do it.
With your BDU top on. With that bald head arching over it. I will never forget.
Oh God.
And as soon as command would leave, that shirt, his blouse would be off, and he's just like stone cold tucked into his BDU pants.
I tell you what, man, that
We
was.
cleaned some cars all night. Not that mattered, but it was funny.
I'm trying to remember, Struts, if you're still there. I'm trying to remember everybody that was on our mid shift together. It was you and me and Stanford and Dusty, Murdick. Murdick was on there.
Yep.
Rock. And there was another guy, black hair, skinny. Can't think of the hell. No, it was a different dude. Different guy. Can't remember his name.
Was it Russ Deathridge?
What was the name? Duthridge? Duthridge? Yeah. Was it? It might have been.
Is skinny, dark haired dude?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
Joe. He was funny.
Joe Blow. Who the hell's Joe?
Yeah, on Hoko. Yeah, but I'm Facebook.
Oh yeah, Joe.
I'm Facebook friends with him, but his last name is different now. It's not on Hoko anymore. I want to say it's like Villamer or something like that.
Villamer? Yeah, Villamer.
Yeah, that's on Hoko.
Yeah, Villamer.
We used to call him Joe.
Yeah, right. I forgot about Joe.
Filipino dude. And,
you guys remember Dela Cruz?
Yep, Dela Cruz. I think I'm Facebook friends with him unless he deleted me, which wouldn't shock me.
And here's Johnny. Johnny just rolls in here with more commanders.
Random fucking bullshit. He's over there going through it.
Yeah. He's got his recall roster. He's got his recall roster.
Files, like he's got like from back in 04. He's like, oh, there's the recall roster for 04. Haha, it was Pike.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead, Johnny.
Fucking Major Pike. I forgot about. I don't even remember if I liked them or not.
Yeah, I don't remember. I remember we had a chief, Chilson. You remember Chilson? Hated that dude. Hated that dude.
I don't remember hating him. I just do remember him. Wasn't he a chief?
Yeah, he was a chief, and he was just. For some reason, he thought he needed to come into this dynamic, this formula that had been created in our squadron, and just, or in our flight, and just try to shit on all of us. And I didn't get it. Okay, thanks, Johnny.
What did he say?
Joe's in Lincoln, Nebraska. Johnny.
What the fuck is a Filipino doing in Nebraska?
Yeah, what the hell?
Corn?
No, not right now. They're in hiding. No one's picking corn right now.
Oh man.
Good
God,
grief.
I miss you motherfuckers. we used to have the most fun on night shift. And then I worked a long time with Dunk for a long time.
Oh my God! Why have we not had Duncan on this?
Oh my God. You want to talk about name dropping? Let's get him on. Uh
We're gonna put
so
Duncan on
Dunk
here, and we're gonna put him
uh
in. We're gonna put him in the
he
giant screen like this, and we're just gonna sit back here and let him talk. Yeah, just let him go.
There is nothing funnier than watching me and him argue about something because we're both so loud and so opinionated that like nobody like when the argument's over, neither one of us know who won because we don't know what the other
That's
one
because
said.
it's because everybody listening was the loser.
But I worked on nights with him for a like it seems like a long time. Yeah, we'll have to get him on. Uh,
Absolutely, I agree
so
completely.
he introduced me to BET After Dark before we get him on because
Wait. I hope Duncan's listening now. Why didn't you ever tell me about that?
yeah, so like he would, well, you know, the old tube
Dunk.
TVs, back when
Yeah.
probably this dude, he would be watching. I'm like, ah, man, can we watch something else? And he was like, nah, sit down, boy.
Oh my
Watch it.
God. I'm trying to other NCOs.
See what
Look,
that there? See what they're doing right there? That's twerking.
I want Hyrie. I want Hyrie on this show. I want to talk to all. I want Westfall. I want Hyrie.
Ah,
I want
man,
Early,
Westfall.
Tammy
You know what?
Early. I
I
want
didn't.
all of them on here.
I'm Facebook friends with Early. Westfall, I'm curious to know where he's at because he was a Mississippi boy.
Yeah.
And I remember like one of the coolest things he ever did because I thought he hated me for the longest time. And me and some of the dudes, we went to a Perfect Circle concert. That went how exactly you would think it would go if a couple of 20-year-olds go out to a Perfect Circle concert in the middle of the weekday. We got hammered. So we come home probably like late. The next day we had, you remember how when we'd have a conference you'd have to take all them cars. I can admit this now. You'd have to take all them cars to like hotels and stuff.
Yep.
Because right, the DVs need these cars or whatever. So we every single car of ours was spoken for, everyone by a general, like
Mm-hmm.
two, three. Like I was in one of them Ford, like not the Taurus. It might have been a Taurus wagon. It was some ugly car,
Mm-hmm.
but that or the one of them little what was this compact one? But we're going to deliver these to the hotel in town and you remember that intersection right in front of AMC where on the left was AMC and then if you went right it
It
went
was a
to like where
parade, like the parade field.
yeah,
Yeah.
where like the 4 stars house and then on each side
Right.
of his house the 2 3 stars. So it's that intersection, it's that four-way, the main. So I'm probably super sober and I just plow into this dude at the intersection. Like, he was stopped at the stop sign legally, and I just I plowed the fuck out of that dude. And I was like, "Oh my god!" And I had maybe like 4 hours of sleep or something, and there's no way I was sober, like
Wow.
none. There's
Why
no
does
way.
this sound familiar? Go ahead.
I don't
Keep
know.
going.
So I pull off, like I turn right, and this is not where you want. If you're gonna do something stupid, this is the exact wrong place to do it
Right in
because
front of everybody's house.
not
Yeah.
only that, but right in front of AMC Command, and so everybody's headed to work. So everybody passing me is like a 3 star, 2 star, whatever. They're all like, "Oh, who was that airman that plowed into that guy?"
Hog. Did we have to tow the vehicle?
I'm sure. I don't know.
Because the
Anyway,
reason
so
I'm saying it's because I'm having memories of going to pick up a vehicle that had been in an accident in that area.
okay, correct. That probably was this one. So I get done. I get out of the car. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm so fucked right now. And then they told me, dispatch. Back then you had those big brick radios. It's like I
Oh
told them
my
what
God,
happened.
yeah.
They're like, I think he was the acting flight chief at the time, or whatever,
Hmm.
NCOIC of vehicle ops, and he might have just been that. That might have been his job. But they uh they called me on the radio and they said, "Hey, Tech Sergeant Westfall's headed out there. Just stand by. He's coming out there to do
Yeah, he was
whatever."
acting. He was acting. We were
And
waiting
I
for
was
we were waiting for Runyon to come in, I think.
probably. So I am, yeah, that time frame works. I'm sitting there just terrified. I'm like, God, he hates my fucking guts. There's no way I don't smell like alcohol. I was out till 4 in the morning at a Perfect Circle concert, that kind of thing. All this craziness.
I was there for the toe in on
So,
this. I remember this now.
you
Yep.
for sure were there, but I
I
don't
was
know if
there
you
for the
were.
toe in.
Yeah. So he gets there, and I'm just waiting on the wrath, because I'm like, this dude hates me. I don't know why he hates me because we're both from Mississippi. I don't understand. He sells fireworks. I like fireworks. So much in common. He gets there and he's like, he takes one look at me and he immediately knows. I can see it in his face. And I'm like, fuck. He's like, take that car I just pulled up in and get to the shop. I'll take care of this.
I remember this. I remember
That's
this.
why you came. That's
I
why you
remember
came.
this. Yes.
And so I did. I went back to the shop and I was again waiting on the wrath, but at least I didn't get hauled off to jail, right? And then when he comes back, we never ever said anything about it
No,
ever
no
again.
conversations. Right. We knew
Nothing
what
at all.
happened. We knew what happened. Yeah.
And like nothing was ever said again.
Right.
He was just like, I gotta tell you one more funny story about this dude. So this was before this one because that kind of made me cool with him a little bit, a lot.
Westfall was a strange man to us back
Yeah, he was
then,
very dry. He was
but
very dry.
very dry. But Westfall, that's the kind of guy Westfall was.
Yeah,
Westfall
but
didn't fuck with people. He took care of
well, not
people.
only did he not
Yeah.
fuck with people, like
Yeah.
you would think he was gonna, like that would have been if he really did hate me, that
Because
was the
it's
perfect opportunity to take care of it.
because like you said,
Right
he was
there.
dry.
He could have had me kicked out, whatever. Right there. Boom. Done. He just ran into an officer freaking right at the he could have
He
had me
took care
done.
of it. He took care of it all.
And he
That's
and
him.
he and he and he covered my back. That's the difference between a good boss that you think hates you and a bad boss that you think likes you. You
Right.
know what I mean? So
Right.
there was this one time I was on mids or swings, I can't remember which one. And I got an LOC for something. I can't remember. And this I want to say it was like I was on a string of LOCs at the time from him. Like, like you remember me back then. I was not a
So many, yeah, but there was so many of you guys, some of you young guys,
yeah,
you were all on. It seemed like you were always getting LOCs.
always.
Yeah.
It was like candy. So he
By the way,
I'm
it's
just
yeah, that's what you got when you were in trouble.
yeah, it's punishment. So he calls me and he waits till I get home and calls the house and was like, I need you to come back to work to sign this LOC. And I was like, you couldn't have done that before I left. Like in my head, this is how I'm thinking. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
ah. So I get there and I'm mad. Now I'm being a smartass too. And
No.
so I get there and I'm like, can I sign this? It was mids because he was on days. So this is like, so now it's 8 o'clock in the morning.
You want to go
And
to
I'm like,
bed?
exactly. So I
Yep.
wanted to just get there, sign it, go home, whatever. It's on my record. Fuck it. So I get there, and then he tells me, I gotta finish writing it. It's gonna take me a minute. And we're talking. You know how that is. It took me a minute. It took him probably an hour or two, whatever. So he signs it. Well, or he finishes it, and I go in there, I sign it and everything. Well, I had printed out like 50 probably LOC blank on the computer in the
Jesus
driver's lounge,
Christ.
and I laid them on his desk, and I was and I signed them all. And I
God.
said, I said, now you don't have to call me in.
God damn.
So I got another one. And he did not use one of the pre-signed ones.
Struts Strut says here that he got an LOR for missing his dental appointment. Missing it. It couldn't have been your first one. You had to have missed several to get an LOR, man.
No, not back then, dude. They were fucking handing them out like candy, man.
For one appointment? That would have been an
I
LOC.
don't know. I mean, LOR seems drastic, but I mean,
Yeah.
nowadays they're probably like stroke your dick a little bit and call you buddy.
Wow. Wow.
No,
LOR. I think I only got written up maybe 3 times the whole time I was there.
you left just in time.
Yeah.
No, let me rephrase. You made staff just in time.
Yeah.
Because at Scott, for whatever reason, and I will just say this, and I don't care because I left Scott as an airman, but I was in the senior airman mafia. What? Anyways, you made staff before I left. But when everybody, not you, but most of the people that would make staff, they went on like I called it the Bible school syndrome. Do you remember like when you were a kid and like your friend would go to Bible school,
Yeah.
during the summer or whatever, and then they come back and they're like mega Christian. They don't want to smoke pot no more. They don't want to do anything with you anymore.
None of my
Nothing
friends
bad.
gave up pot, but yeah, okay.
Well, anyways, the just whatever. They're straight edge for a minute,
Right.
and then after like the novelty of the whole, I got resaved again wears off. They're right back to who they were.
Right.
And you can that so I would always give people like their 6 months. So I did the same with staff. I did the same with tech and same with master as well. It's like give them their 6 month power trip, just get off of it, and like let them have their Bible school syndrome, and then they'll get back to just who they are and be a
Well,
good person again.
but
Scott had a lot of that.
right, but I'll be honest with you. A lot of you guys, because the majority of my time at Scott, I was a senior airman,
Yeah,
and
most of my time there you
the
were.
the problem that you guys had is you didn't know how to play the game. But it's
No.
okay. It's okay because it was your first base.
Yep.
I was on my third. It was your first base.
Yep.
You were trying to, and
Right.
that's why you guys were getting written up. Man, I
And you're
got written
absolutely
up. I got written up all the time when I was in North Dakota and Korea, especially in Korea.
And it
But
was probably a good thing.
it's just a way of teaching the young ones how to get in line and play the game because
Well,
there's obviously a game.
I even used to tell my troops this too when I became that guy. Like it's really not that bad if you can. The new guys I'm talking about. If you can learn, that's funny that you said game. If you can learn the rules of the game,
Right.
and learn how to play it.
Right.
Because if you, just like football or basketball or anything, if me or you just runs out on the field, we're gonna get flagged every time because we don't know the fucking rules. We think we do because we watch it on TV, but we don't in real life. So
Right.
That's basically like you were saying. You just gotta learn those rules of the game.
Yeah.
Figure out how to play it, and then continue on. And if you
Right.
do that, you don't have to change your personality. You just have to learn the rules of the game.
Right. That's it. Yep.
And
Yep.
my the way I battled it, because I'm still like this. If you tell me that something, say that's against regs, like your haircut's out of regs, or you're not
By
allowed
the way,
to do that with your pants.
Struts, your haircut is out of regs. Cut that shit,
Yeah,
you hippie.
that's some fucking bullshit. Anyways, so if you would tell me that, I'm not just taking your word for that. I'm not just a guy in the congregation that's listening to the preacher. Not
Right.
going to do it. I am going to look up what you just told me and either show you that you're full of shit or be like, hey, yep, he's right. That is the rule. I can't do that.
You know,
9 out
tell
of
you.
10 times they were wrong. Nobody would challenge them on it.
I'll tell you who pushed that onto all of us a lot, and I don't know if you'll remember this, but there was a tech sergeant who became a master while we were there, who pushed that on us hard, and that was Sullivan. Sullivan.
Oh yeah, I
Every
remember.
time
Yep.
you went to Sullivan, you'd go to Sully and you'd say, "Hey, what is this?" He would say, "Did you look it up?
Yeah. Did you look it
Did
up?
you look it up?" Well, no.
Yep.
He'd say, "Then go
Yep.
look it up before you come talk to me." He
Yeah.
pushed that
Why are you
hard
bitching at
on
me?
us.
What? Yeah. Why are you bitching about something you don't know?
Yeah, go look it up. Figure it out. Yeah. By the way,
I was like that from. I was like that from a kid too. Like though, even
I'm
like
looking for
if
my LOR from Chilson. I'll find it. I'm gonna find it, guys.
the
It's
fact that you can like just try to look for it like this has me concerned.
well,
Like I would have to get up in the attic. I would have to go find stuff
I
that's
this one. So
nowhere.
I found this one right before we started the podcast. I found this LOR because it was the last LOR I actually ever
Was it
received,
the mutant? Was it
and
the
it
mutant?
was and it was the one for trying to inspire a mutiny.
That was. I
Fucking
think you read
love
that
it.
on.
Love that I have one for trying to inspire a mutiny.
Almost sure you. I'm gonna have to. I'll
Amazing.
edit that. I'll edit that, Pete. I think it's episode 1 or 2 that you read that whole thing, and it's
Did I?
hilarious. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yes.
That's why.
Trying to
That's why you're
inspire a
able to look
mutiny.
at it. That's why you're able to look for it like this.
Yeah, because it's somewhere right around here. I don't know.
Like you were looking for an LOR from 30 years ago, like I look for my beer, and the fridge is right there.
All right. Well, we've had
Uh,
a few folks show up tonight. It's been nice to catch
most
up.
of
We
them are
had
like that.
Davis
You know
and
what? This has kind of like
Struts.
been a fun one.
Yeah.
A fun one because we've been talking to people that know what we're talking about.
Fucking Struts is here, dude. What is up? That's awesome. Oh, and Johnny, whoever. Nice
Nice
LOR.
LOR
Yeah.
for me.
Struts, do you remember that
He was
fucking
there.
LOR? You were there because Chilson brought us all in there and he said, never listen to Senior Airman
Wasn't that
Peters again.
wasn't that for the Christmas party?
No, no, no. It was because I wrote an email because we had just gotten a shit ton of new radios.
Oh,
And
that's
it
right.
was,
And you
and
read
I
the
was,
email too.
yeah, I
You
was
got
just
the email
making
and read it
fun of it.
too.
I have the email, I have the LOR, I have it
Yeah.
all. Yeah, it was
You're a better
fucking
man than
awesome.
I am. I don't have any
Dude,
of that shit.
it's a magnificent LOR. It's for mutiny. Come on. Awesome.
Airman
It's not for
Peters
missing a fucking dental appointment. Struts.
yeah, I'd like to read that one. I need to know how to word stuff sometimes.
So what I'm gonna do for the next ANA light, I'm going to scan the LOR. I'm going to get it so I can put it up here on screen so everybody can see the email and the LOR. It's fucking
Oh yeah,
gorgeous.
side by side. You could even superimpose them so they're like this.
I'll leave that to our editor. He can do it. All right. Okay,
funny.
guys. Well, we have been here now for just a little over an hour. I can smell food upstairs, so I'm ready to sign off because I'm getting hungry. Well, anyway, I'm glad we were able to come on here and do this. This was a lot of fun. Good to see
Hell
everybody.
yeah.
Sarah
See
was
you,
on
Amanda.
here
Thanks
raising
for showing
hell.
up.
Amanda's back. Struts is here. So good to see Struts. And Shannon,
Johnny
she
Davis.
showed up for a second. She took off probably because we weren't making fun of Arkansas.
She got one right there. I gave someone LLC once for refusing to button a pocket when someone asked him to. Oh, I got to tell you this one real quick, Amanda. You
Buttoning
got
a
to stay for a
pocket.
second. You got to stay because you know me. Amanda knows me. You know me, Pete. So
Who are you?
anyways, I'm a tech at the time, I believe, and I'm a really relaxed person. I don't want to get you in trouble. So I needed to eat, and so we were going to the chow hall it's called the Triangle, but it's where all the students eat. Well, not a lot of us do that, so we were going there, and there was a formation, and there was this kid with his hands in his pockets.
No, I don't want to do
And
that.
so I walked up to him, and just trying to be cool, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, are your hands cold or something?"
Right.
Because
Yeah.
And he looked at me and he was like, "Yeah."
That's when you're like, huh?
I was
Okay.
like, really? I was like, oh my God, now I got to. I'm like,
Right?
give me I was like, all right, fine, give me a 341. He gives it, remember those? He gives it to
Yeah.
me, and I write on there, and see a text sergeant asked him to take hands up, blah, 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 blah. And I handed it back to him. I was like, take that to your MTL, which his dorm was like across the parade field, which is a large parade field.
Yep.
And so he starts walking that way, and he was walking properly. And I said, no, come back here. I said, put your hands back in your pocket, you dumbass, and then walk. I said, you told me they were cold.
Jesus, so Hog was a dick.
I mean, he was a dick. I was trying to be nice. He started walking across this parade field, and every like 10 seconds, like somebody comes running from like out of the bushes, like nowhere, it's training pace. And then you could watch like the NCO like, and, like
Oh
read
my
it and be like, hands back in pocket, keep walking. It took him forever to get across
Oh
that damn
God.
field. He didn't have to be a dick to me.
Hog turned
If you're
into a
to me,
dick,
I'm a dick
guys.
back.
My goodness. All right. Well, everybody keep your hands out of your pockets or give us a 341 because this show is over. It's over.
Deuces.
Thanks for coming out, guys. We really appreciate it. Remember, if you ain't pissed off, you ain't listening.